the chemistry of 11. So, class 11 chemistry, according to NCERT syllabus, divided into 14 chapters. That is, NCERT first volume contains 7 chapters and second volume also contains 7 chapters. So, first NCERT volume first contains 7 chapters. These are, number first is some basic concept of chemistry. Second chapter is structure of atom. Third is periodic classification of elements. Fourth is chemical bonding. Fifth is states of matter. Sixth chapter is thermochemistry or thermodynamics. And chapter 7 is chemical equilibrium. This is the chapter of volume first. And volume second also contains 7 chapters. That is chapter 8, redox reaction. Chapter 9, hydrogen. Chapter 10, S block. Chapter 11, P block elements. Chapter 12, some basic concept of organic chemistry, and chapter 13, hydrocarbon, and chapter 14 is environmental chemistry. So these are the syllabus of chemistry of class 11. Chemistry of class 11. So I discuss first, chapter first, that is some basic concept of chemistry. This chapter contains a review of chemistry of 9 and 10th. That is, number first topic is what is chemistry. Second chapter is significance of chemistry, and third is classification of matters, and fourth chapter is significant figures. Fifth is different law of chemical calculations and combinations, and next topic is stoichiometry, and then concentration of the solute. So this chapter is the basic concept of chemistry. This chapter deals the basic concept of chemistry. So first of all, what is chemistry? What is chemistry? Chemistry is the branch of science which discuss the chemical property, chemical composition, structure, functions, usage of chemical substances or matters. And this is the simplest definition of chemistry. So what is the significance of chemistry? Significance means importance of chemistry in daily life and human life. So discuss significance of chemistry. That is, chemistry helps us to know different types of chemicals which are useful for us. That is, in purpose of nutrition, in purpose of medicines, in purpose of agriculture fields, and different types of defensive systems. So chemistry contains various scope in daily life and life of human beings. So many scope of chemistry. Then I discuss matter. What is matter? Matter is anything which having mass and it occupies space. This is the basic definition and discussed in class 9. Then matters are classified into mainly two groups on the basis of physical state and chemical basis. That is, physical state matters classified into solids, liquids, gases, plasma, and Bose-Einstein condensate. That is, the physical basis matters are classified into fixed states. And on the basis of chemical, that is, it classified into pure substance and mixtures. Then further pure substance, that is, those substance which contains only one types of components, that is pure substance. It further classified into two groups, that is elements and compounds. Element are those substances which are obtained from natural or earth crust, or some are also synthetic, but it composed of only one kinds of components, that is called pure substance or elements. It is further classified into three groups on the basis of property, that is metal, non-metals, and metalloids. About 116 elements are discovered at this time. So elements are classified into three groups, that is metal, non-metals, and metalloids. And compounds are those substances which are composed of more than one components in fixed ratio, that is compounds. It is further classified into two groups, that is simple compounds and complex compounds. Simple compound generally called inorganic compounds, and complex compounds generally called organic compounds. And mixture also classify into two groups, that is homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture. Metals. Property of metals and non-metals and metalloids are discussed in class 10 also. So, a smallest component of metal is known as atom. It is a smallest component of elements, that is atom. At A means not, tom means cut, to cut. वैसा substance जिसको काटा तोड़ा नहीं जा सकता, that is smallest. But it contains maybe free existence, may not be free existence. That is atom of inert gases exist free, so it have free existence. But the case of other elements, their atoms can't exist freely, so it may not have free existence. And the molecule is the smallest component of compounds having free existence. Atoms exist in freely in atmosphere, and the term atomicity is defined by Avogadro, and the atomicity represents the number of atoms present in a molecules. That is atomicity. Atomicity means number of atoms, representation of number of atoms. And atoms also consist of three fundamental particles, but it contains more than 35 particles are composed, but three are common, that is called fundamental particles, that is electron, proton and neutron. Electron, that symbol is E minus, proton symbol is P plus or H plus, neutron is N0, and the absolute mass is of electron is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg, and the absolute mass of proton is 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg, and the mass of neutron is 1.6667 into 10 to the minus 27 kg. So mass of neutron is slightly more than proton. So in these fundamental particles, neutrons are heaviest particles and electron is lighter particle. And absolute charge on electron is equal to minus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. That is, magnitude of charge is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, but negative sign represents the negatively charged particles. And the magnitude of charge on proton is same, but charge is different. That is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and it represented as positive. And neutron do not contain any charge, so it is neutral particles. And the electron discovered by J.J. Thomson, proton discovered by E. Goldstein, and neutron also discovered by James Chadwick in 1932. And relative charge or relative charges, that is charge relative to proton and electron, that is -1, that is proton is +1, and neutron contains no charge, so that is 0. Molecules are further classified into two groups, that is homoatomic, that is made up of similar kind of atoms, and that is heteroatomic, that is made up of more than one kind of elements. So homoatomics are also classified, that is monoatomic, that is single atom, that is atoms of inert gases, and diatomic, that is similar, O2, N2, S3, that is made up of kind of two atoms but similar elements. In the case of triatomic, that is ozone, O3, that is ozone, and polyatomic is P4, that is phosphorus, and S8, that is sulfur. But in the case of heteroatomic, monoatomic are not possible. Then that is diatomic, that is it contains two different kinds of atoms, that is carbon monoxide, CO, NO, that is nitric oxide, and many more. But in triatomic, that is CO2, SO2, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, that is polyatomic, that is H2SO4. In the case of in NEET, it contains, that is question, what is the number of atoms in potash alum. So formula of potash alum is K2SO4, Al2SO4, whole thrice, and 24H2O. That is the total number of that is the chemical formula, and the total number of atoms or atomicity of potash alum is, that is 2 atoms, that is 1, and that is 4. And in K2SO4 contains 7 atoms, and Al2SO4 contains 2 and 3, 5 and 12, 17 atoms, and water contains 48 and 24, 48 hydrogen atom and 24 oxygen atom, that is 72 atoms. So total number of atoms in potash alum is 14 plus 17 plus 72, that is 7. 96. So total number of atoms in potash alum is 96. That next question in JE, that is, what is the total number of total atomicity of carnallite? So the formula of carnallite is KCl, MgCl2 and 6H2O. That is 2 atom plus 3 atom plus 12 atom H and 6 atom oxygen, 23 atom. So atomicity of carnallite is 23. This is the correct answers. So next topic, that is significant figure, discuss in next classes.